Hi, welcome to Battlefield Accessories log cabin construction video. Now there are a range of models in this series and they're all basically built on the same template, if you like. So I'm going to show you how to put together cabin number 3, which is the long cabin, but in essence each of the videos is the same. So you'll either have 1 or 2 sprue sheets depending on the size of the model. So basically you just need to break all of those out. Okay, so when you look at your pieces, you've got 3 pieces which make up the chimney. So these bits which go back to back, right, and you'll see that one of them sits above, which I'll show you in a minute, and then a little cap piece which sits on the top of that, like that. 2 long walls, 2 short walls, 2 pieces of roof. The long and short walls can go, or the wall pieces can go either way you like. On the base you'll see you might have some of these little push outs, so you just make sure you're only using the end of a paintbrush. Just give them a bit of a push out. So with my PVA glue, what I'm going to come along and do is put a small bead of glue around the base of the wall, then along the inside teeth. I'm just going to leave that one aside for a second. As these corner pieces are interlocking with each other, you don't need to flood that with glue because they'll pick up glue from each of the corners come together. So we're just locking these corners together. There is a slight overlap on each of the corners, so as to simulate the effect of the building being built from logs. So don't worry if there's a little bit of overhang. Then take those 4 corners that I've got, position them on the base, and lock them in. Right, there we go, put together. Of course I'm going to take my old brush, you see that bead in the corner, I'm just going to run my old brush up there just to remove any of that beading. Let's check that all the walls are nice and put together squarely. Right, and the chimney, let's take these 2 pieces. Again, you'll see one of them has got brickwork all the way up, or stonework all the way up, the other way only part way. So this one with the partial stonework is designed to go hard up against the house. Now I find the best way to do this is to put the glue on and then give it a bit of a swirl around, and that you'll see you'll spread your glue nicely. Critical bit here is they need to be lined up at the top. So flat at the top, not flat at the bottom. Now you could peg them together and let them dry. I'm not going to, I'm just going to go straight to the main building. Okay, now so you have options on this. This can go on either end. If you put it down this end, you'll have the chimney with a window next to it. Put it down this end, you won't. So I'm going to put it here at this end. Trick here is to get it as centered as possible and have it standing up. You'll see there's a slight overlap at the bottom. And then the final bit of this piece is grab my chimney top. Now my hint for this one is to be generous with the glue. Of all of the pieces on this model, this is the piece which is going to come loose with wear and tear. Right, so plenty of glue will help that stick. Okay, so there's the top of that. And then finally, you've got your roof. Now, I have a suggestion with the roof just to help it, help its durability, if you like. We toyed with the idea of putting pegs and frames on this. The problem is that they then stick through on the top surface, and so you see them forever. And so we've gone for a clean, locked together feel. So the idea here is going to come along and put glue along the inside of this. And I'm just reversing this so some of the glue gets on the actual teeth themselves. Now, you'll see that I didn't go glue all the way at either end, and there's a reason for that, is because for this to actually function as a roof, the slope of it needs to conform to the slope of the actual building roof. And so the best way to do this is to actually put it on the roof like that. Now, of course, if you've got glue either way to the ends, right, then what's going to happen is that the roof will stick. So I would run it like that. The other thing which is a useful strategy here is to run a small amount of masking tape down the inside of that roof. And again, for our models that we use for general play, a little bit of strengthening masking tape is a really good way to go. So my suggestion is I would let that, so put it on, let it dry. Once it's dry, come along and just run a bead of masking tape down the middle, down that center joint before you paint it. And that will give it lots of long-lasting support for when you're playing. Now, of course, the cut in the roof is designed to go around the chimney, and you can see that there like that. So you should get an even overlap on both ends. And there you have one completed log cabin.